Hello, welcome back to the Amber Wave Show, and we are at episode 30 already. Absolutely crazy.
Yep, and today we look back at this past week's action as the Bloaters took on Hadleigh in the third and Premier Division.
First, quickly, yesterday the Amber Wave completed the Macmillan Cancer Support Dartathon Challenge. We took on 12 hours of continuous starts. We raised over £300 already, and if you would like to give to the cause, again, we have left the link in the description to the fundraiser. But on to this past week's action.
Yeah, the game kicked off at a horribly cold and sleety Wellesley. Even with the sub-zero temperatures, Yarmouth managed to get over 180 spectators, with 99.9% of them being home fans. And very early on, a cross into the Yarmouth box hit a Yarmouth hand. 9 of the Hadleigh players appealed for a handball. However, 2 players were switched on for Hadleigh as the ball broke through, and one rolled the ball into the bottom corner for 1-0, and that was a messy goal that came an embarrassing celebration.
Yeah, very embarrassing.
Hadleigh scores. Bit exuberant. Bit of an exuberant celebration there for a goal that did look a little bit offside.
And if you think that was embarrassing, they have a lot more to show, Hadleigh do. Soon after, Yarmouth had a good chance to level from a corner. The ball was brilliantly delivered. Either the keeper pushed it away or it rebounded off the crossbar. We couldn't quite tell. Yarmouth regained possession and had a great shot that went narrowly wide of the top left corner.
Yeah, things went from bad to worse for the Bloaters as a free kick from the left-hand side was whipped in extremely well. It dipped, hit the post, and the ball came out to a Hadleigh player who was in the right place at the right time to smash it into the goal. And if you thought they embarrassed themselves with the first goal celebration, nothing says embarrassing as a grown man doing the Ronaldo suit celebration.
Absolute clowns.
Hadleigh United have the free kick. In it comes. Boing! And 2-0. Oh, and he's whipped out a Sue in the 9th tier of English football.
Hadleigh were really putting on the pressure, and things got even worse for the Bloaters as Hadleigh pressed and found a little bit of space in the box, and there was only one place the ball was going, in the back of the net. And let's say if Hadleigh did bring any fans, they haven't learned how to use their voice because you could not hear a single person celebrating from the stands.
Hadleigh are in for number 3! It's 3-0! It's 3-0!
Throughout the rest of the half, the only thing of note was plenty of horrible little fouls across the pitch from the Hadleigh team. I can only guess there must be a limit on cards that are allowed to be at a given time from the lack of cards that was given, but we will have to check that rule. I can't think of any other reason. Half-time, Yarmouth 0, Hadleigh 3.
Yeah, the second half started much better for the Bloaters, but really lacked the finishing touch in the final third. The first 3 chances all came the way of the Bloaters. First, a great run into the box from the right-hand side, but unable to find that killer pass. The second, a long shot that wasn't hit cleanly, ran through to the keeper. And the third was a great cross that couldn't find a Yarmouth player.
Yeah, a big throw from Sammy Adams soon after, got the ball into the mixer. It somehow ended up back at Adams, who delivered a beautiful cross that found the feet of a Yarmouth player, who twisted and turned in the box, but could not get a shot away, and the chance went begging.
Yeah, corners kept coming for Yarmouth with some great deliveries. Ingram on the corner had a beautiful curling effort that almost went in, but was scrambled away.
Another chance went begging for the Bloaters as a cross came to Deeks. Deeks controlled it beautifully, teed up a shot, but went extremely wide.
Yeah, then suddenly Yarmouth finally found the breakthrough after relentless pressure. A great bit of build-up play, and the ball came through to Tyler Hadleigh, and Hadleigh smashed it into the net to make it 3-1. Fortunately, we do not have the highlight of the goal as Taylor missed it.
Yeah. Now, that is pretty much... the rest of the half pretty much stayed the same. Lots of Yarmouth pressure, but Hadleigh was unable to cut it out. Unfortunately, in the 90th minute, there were some extremely ugly scenes thanks to the Hadleigh players and management. Unfortunately, it seemed like all game the management wanted to get involved in every foul by running yards onto the pitch each and every time. Now, it all boiled over after a Hadleigh player completely took out one of the Yarmouth players. It It was a very late, high and unnecessary challenge. There were some afters, and as soon as that happened, the whole Hadleigh bench stormed the pitch, resulting in a melee. Hadleigh players have been caught on camera throwing punches and basically assaulting the Bloaters players, summing up, in my own opinion, the disgusting attitude that their players and management have had for the whole game. And sum up their club mentality. After the brawl finished, Ingram found himself red carded as he made his way down the tunnel. Just Ingram making his way down the tunnel. The whole of the Hadleigh bench decided to run after him to cause more issues, involving a 5 versus 1 altercation in the tunnel, even more summing up the type of club they are. The game finished 3-1 in favour of Hadleigh, but unfortunately the game was ruined by lack of game handling, as well as the disgusting conduct and attitude from the Hadleigh's players and management, which is really unfortunate because 90% of the clubs in this league are lovely people. But unfortunately, Hadleigh are exactly the type of club that gives football a bad name, the type of football club you should never bring a partner or a child to. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a very, quite a violent game.
Yeah.
Very aggressive. That's obviously the way they play.
They play and conduct themselves.
Yeah. It's not a great showing from them. I think we handled it well.
Yeah.
It's just one of them days where everything was sort of against us on the day in a way.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but it was just a game that didn't really have much control to it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it as a categoric fact,
no.
but as an opinion, it felt like if someone screamed, there was definitely a decision.
Yeah.
If 5 players didn't throw their arms up in the air, scream at the referee, try and get in his face, it doesn't necessarily mean that was the case, but it very much seemed, in our opinion, that's when there was a foul given.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, because we got to make sure that we say opinions so we don't get in trouble, in my opinion, the game lacked authority.
Yeah.
The game lacked, how do I put this? The game lacked structure from certain individuals, and unfortunately Hadleigh showed themselves to be the club that they are, which is extremely unfortunate. So a loss for the Bloaters against Hadleigh FC. But we look forward to the next week as the Bloaters travel to probably the polar opposite in a type of football club Hadleigh are, is in Hadleigh, as in Walsham Le Willows, a club that does things right and does it in the right way.
Yeah, Walsham Le Willows, a fantastically run club, a lovely area and a nice clubhouse. Walsham currently sitting 6th place just outside of the playoffs with 27 games played, 15 wins, 4 draws, 8 losses. They have a goal difference of plus 22 and a points tally of 49. Their form has been pretty decent in the last 5 with 3 wins and 2 losses. They have scored 11 and conceded 5, although 7 of those 11 scored did come against basement boys, Sheringham, who are having a dreadful season and are definitely looking like a nailed-on relegation team already.
Yep, so Yarmouth are still on a bit of a sticky run, however. We have dropped now to 12th in the league, 24 games played, which means we still do have a few games in hand on pretty much every other team in the league. Out of those 24 games, Yarmouth have won 9 of them, while drawing 7 and losing 8. We currently have a positive goal difference of 8 and are currently sitting on 34 points. We are currently 15 points from the playoffs, with a chance of being 6 behind the playoffs, providing A, we win our game in hand, and B, Corner drop some points because they have only played 1 more than us but sit 5 points ahead of us or something. We sit 23 points clear of the relegation places, and it's all to play for with 14 games left on in the season. Recent form, though, has been a struggle for the Bloaters, with 3 draws and 2 losses in the past 5, and we are still awaiting our first win in 2025.
Yeah, I think it will be, again, a very tough game. Walsham Le Willows is a very good club, doing very well. They clearly score a lot of goals and don't concede as many, obviously, with their very good goal difference. So yeah, it'll be a tough one, especially away from home as well, because always going away is tough. But yeah, against a good, well-run club, good team, it'll be a tough game. But hopefully, you never know what can happen in this league. But yeah, hopefully we can get a positive result and get the momentum back up and running.
Yeah, Walsham Le Willows it's got a lovely clubhouse. It's a lovely area as well. Okay, the pitch isn't fantastic. The ground itself isn't amazing, but they're lovely people there. Opposite to Hadleigh, it's a lovely clubhouse. Opposite to Hadleigh, their players conduct themselves in a good manner. Opposite to Hadleigh, their management team play football and play it the right way instead of tell their team to go out, in my opinion, to cause issues, unlike Hadleigh. So it's going to be a polar opposite of the type of game. Personally, I think I'd be happy with a draw.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm happy with a draw. Anything more than that would be amazing. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good game of football between good two sides. Yeah, hopefully the weather's nice, hopefully the football's nice, hopefully the result is nice at the end of the day. But yeah, hopefully it'll be a good day all round.
Yeah, and we get to enjoy the lovely clubhouse. It is actually a really, really nice clubhouse. And yeah, the people are lovely. So we're looking forward to that away day come Saturday. And we know when we go to Walsham, regardless of the result, it's probably going to be a good day. But other than that, we've said at the start of the video, we completed our 12-hour Dartathon challenge this past week. Obviously, we're raising money for the Macmillan Cancer Support. And if anyone would like to donate, we've attached a link in the description if you would like to support us in any way. We have also added the link in the description for Gameday, who allows us to use the goal highlights for the match result. So check him out as well, give him a subscribe, and that's all for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed, and as always, up the bloaters.